And I believe we are ready to go. Hello everybody, this is Napa Fan here, and we welcome you to Napa Fan for the first ever iRacing event in the NOFSRL. And we are really looking forward to this event here tonight. It should be a good one. We have ourselves only 11 drivers in this race. However, that does not mean it's going to be a bad race whatsoever. These 11 drivers are all going to be going for it because whoever wins this race is going to be the first ever NOFSRL iRacing winner. It's a pretty big deal, so it's going to be a fun night here. We have 11 competitors in tonight's event for the NOFSRL Select. It is a 50-lap race around this 1.5-mile speedway in Concord, North Carolina, the Charlotte Motor Speedway. It's a fixed setup race with street stock, so it's a very simple race for these guys, but it's still going to be a great race nonetheless. And we got a lot of guys in this race who have a lot of talent in iRacing, so many different class levels here in this race, so who knows who's going to get the race victory, but all I know is that it's going to be a really fun race here today. These are the entries into tonight's event. The number 4 will be Edwin Mendez, the number 11 will be Ethan Lewis, the number 20 is Tristan Allen, the number 25 is Alex Bonsignor, the one who put this whole thing together essentially, so a huge thank you to him on that. Jonathan Logan in the number 27, Marty Zakela in the number 52, Grayson Trexler in the number 54, Stephen Broy in the 55, Jace Paris in the number 9, TJ Crampton in the 74, and Mitch Hobbs in the 89. Those are the 11 drivers competing here in NOFSRL Select, the first ever iRacing event in the NOFSRL. They are currently in qualifying right now, and then once we get that done, we will give you the starting lineup for this race and show you how they line up for this event. But definitely looking forward to seeing what goes down here tonight. It's going to be a very interesting race because there shouldn't be any pit stops. Everyone's on a fixed setup. It's pretty much wide open around this racetrack, so all these guys are generally going to have an equal shot at winning. Of course, like I mentioned, some drivers in the field have more experience than others, and those are definitely the guys to watch out for in today's event. Of course, you might recognize a few of these names who are racing and might not recognize some others. Of course, guys like TJ Crampton, Jonathan Logan, Alex Bonsignor, Tristan Allen, Edwin Mendez, Jonathan Logan, Marty Zakela, you all know them from around the NR community. But a couple of Alex's friends also in this race, Grayson Trexler, Stephen Broy, and Jace Paris. All three of them, this is their first taste of the NOFSRL, and we definitely welcome them into tonight's event here, and we hope they all have a good time here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Of course, you may notice we got some graphics played up here. I'm going to do my best to have the best graphics quality in this race, if you know what I mean. Of course, I just began learning this earlier today, and with everything else, with Indy 250 week here on Napa Fan, I unfortunately didn't have as much time as I had hoped for to get set up for this event. But either way, I do hope that you folks enjoyed the broadcast here tonight. We'll have the ticker up for you guys, and you'll be able to tell who's in what position. Hopefully it all works out. And I've got a couple of surprises here tonight as well when it comes to the whole graphics package, I guess you could say. It's nothing really special, but definitely hope you enjoy the broadcast and have fun watching the first ever NOFSRL iRacing event. I believe we're slated for about an 8 o'clock green flag. It's currently 7:54. We'll see here how they did in qualifying. They are still going through qualifying right now, but these are the live qualifying results. TJ Crampton's currently fastest. Mitch Hobbs looking to start alongside him. Grayson Trexler and Stephen Broy in row number 2 currently. Jonathan Logan and Alex Bonsignor, Tristan Allen and Edwin Mendez. Marty Zakela, Ethan Lewis there in row number 5, and then Jace Paris currently the slowest driver. But they are all still currently in their qualifying session, so we'll have to see how it all goes down for them once we get going. But 11 drivers in this race, and it may not be too much. Of course, obviously, we're just getting started here in the NOFSRL with iRacing, and in a way, this is a test race for us. We're definitely looking to possibly expand into iRacing here in the future. And once again, a huge thank you to Alex Bonsignor for putting this server up for one thing, putting this whole thing together, and we're hoping all the drivers have a lot of fun here tonight around the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And once we get this race going, it's definitely going to be fun. But like I mentioned, these guys currently in qualifying right now, and like I mentioned, Travis Crampton currently the fastest. And the results have changed a little bit. We'll keep the results up until qualifying is done for you guys now. Tristan Allen, second fastest in qualifying. And everything ended up switching around. I believe they're done with qualifying right now. So with that in mind, we've got to go ahead and get to the TV1 camera and line them all up. And I don't know if the qualifying results fully went through or not. I believe they did, as they are starting to form up in order here for NOFSRL Select. So, another thing is, too, this is my first time ever calling an iRacing event before. I am still getting used to the controls. They are very similar to NR 2003, thankfully, but there are still some things that are different. So just bear with me. Just bear with me. I'm doing my best. But, like I mentioned, should be fun here. This is a street stock event in Charlotte. All these guys are going to be that first winner in NOFSRL iRacing, and definitely looking forward to see who pulls it off here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. We're going to get the grid up for you here in a moment, but we might also get somebody in here to interview before the race begins. But this is how they line up. It's actually inaccurate. I don't think they've fully gotten through qualifying quite yet. I think once everyone starts lining up, they'll get the things all figured out. And we got ourselves Jace Paris in here, so this is your first taste. Oh, nope, not anymore. Apparently he left, so we're still figuring things out here. Don't just bear with us. But they are currently gridding right now. And we'll get to someone here in a moment, I do believe, and give them, or should I say, they should give us their thoughts on how this race is going to go down. It should be a fun one here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway, as we got the number 74 of Travis Crampton starting on the pole position. I'm going to go ahead and interview Travis and see what his perspective on this race is. Give him a moment here to get into the broadcast room. And Travis, this is Napa Fan in the broadcast booth. You looking forward to tonight's race?
You know, I really am. We got a pretty good 74 tonight. I just got to thank Alex for putting on this and you for broadcasting. But I'm really looking forward to it. I think it's going to be a good 50 laps, and hopefully we can stay up front.
Well, good luck on the race here tonight. The first ever NOFSRL iRacing event. Put on a good show for us. We're looking forward to seeing what you can do.
10-4, thanks.
And that's Travis Crampton driving the number 74. Starting on the pole position here for NOFSRL Select. Unfortunately, we are having a bit of technical difficulties with the graphics. And can't give you the exact starting grid, but we'll do it the old-fashioned way. Travis Crampton on the pole alongside Tristan Allen in row number 1. The number 89 of Mitch Hobbs to the inside of Grayson Trexler in row number 2. Number 55, Stephen Broy, alongside the 27 of Jonathan Logan. Number 25, Alex Bonksner alongside Edwin Mendez. Jace Paris in the number 9 alongside the 52 machine of Marty Zakela, and then Ethan Lewis rounds out the starting field. Here we go. 50 laps of action here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway.
Green flag.
The first ever race in NOFSRL iRacing is underway from Charlotte. Already moving all across the racetrack, Mitch Hobbs right behind the back bumper of Travis Crampton. That inside lane looking strong. Stephen Broy gonna get in the Tristan Allen, and around goes the 20, and then in the wall, and upside down goes Allen. Bonsinors around in the 25, and Allen got spun around. 54 machine of Grayson Trexler also caught up in this one, and the caution's gonna fly on the first lap of the race. Such a tough break there for Tristan Allen as he got sent around and hard into the outside wall. He win. Travis Crampton, Mitch Hobbs, and I believe the 27 of Jonathan Logan may be third, even though the leaderboard is showing Stephen Broy in third. Still getting used to the graphics here for iRacing. A tough break there for those guys involved in that accident. Bonksner was down the pit lane in the 25 trying to repair some damage, same with Grayson Trexler, and then Tristan Allen got a lot of damage in the number 20 machine. I do believe that they have a reset. Of course, if you were watching a lot of the Pro Invitational broadcast and you're new to iRacing, they usually give resets, and hopefully Alex set that up for tonight's event. Does appear that Mitch Hobbs going to come down the pit lane, maybe top off on fuel. Fuel could be an issue in this race. They might not have enough to make it to the end, so we could see pit stops at some point throughout the night. But first, let's go ahead and see what happened to bring out this caution here in NOFSRL Select. And Tristan Allen in the number 20 took a wild ride. We'll show you this replay right here. Stephen Roy got in the Tristan Allen, and then Grayson Trexler and Alex Bonksner had nowhere to go, and Allen went upside down in the number 20 machine. Just got a little edgy there through the corner. Tough break for those guys involved, but unfortunately that's just the way it rolls. Of course, everyone getting used to it so far. But unfortunately we didn't get a lap in there, but we're still early on in this race. Still plenty of time left to go here tonight from Charlotte. And it should be interesting to see how this whole race plays out here tonight from the Charlotte Motor Speedway and NOFSRL Select. So, an interesting start to tonight's event. Travis Crampton is the race leader. Stephen Broy will be second, I do believe. Then Jonathan Logan. Of course, we saw Mitch Hobbs come down the pit lane that last time around. Jace Paris in the 4th position. Marty Zakela in 5th right now. Number 52 machine. Edwin Mendez. Ethan Lewis. There's Mitch Hobbs, who came off the pit lane. He's coming back around. Grayson Trexler getting back out there in the 54. Same with Tristan Allen. I believe they used up their resets. Alex Bonksner still on the pit lane, so we'll have to see if he gets back out there. Lights are still on the pace car. So Travis Crampton continuing to lead this race here. He's led every lap so far after starting on the pole position. So very interesting start to this race. Obviously, not the start we wanted here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway, but unfortunately it's the start that we ended up getting. It does appear that Bonksner is getting some fresh tires out there. They might be waiting to get him back on the lead lap here. And hopefully we can get a good restart to this race here for NOFSRL Select from Charlotte. Travis Crampton still leads. And hopefully next time by, the lights will go out on the pace car and we can get back to racing here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. But definitely looking forward to seeing how the rest of this race plays out. And all these drivers from different classes definitely coming together to have a good run at it here tonight. So the number 74, Travis Crampton, continuing the lead. Hopefully the lights go out on the pace car this time around. We thank you so much for joining us here tonight. And obviously, like I mentioned, still getting used to everything here from iRacing and in streaming these iRacing events. My first time ever doing it, and you got to start somewhere. So hopefully we have a good run here tonight, and we thank you to everyone tuning in here for our first attempt at iRacing. Lights are out on the pace car. That's a good sign, and hopefully we can get some racing in here. Travis Crampton will be alongside the 27 of Jonathan Logan. Stephen Broy, I'm not sure where he went. Looks like he might have gone to the back of the field in the number 55, and that is in fact what he did. So not entirely sure if there was a penalty or not. But he will give way to Jonathan Logan going to the 2nd position. Jace Parrish now in the 3rd position with Marty Zakela there in row number 2. Then we got Edwin Mendez and Ethan Lewis making up row number 3. That is the number 89 of Mitch Hobbs to the inside of Tristan Allen, Alex Bonksner, Grayson Trexler, and the 55 of Stephen Broy. It'll be 45 to go once we get back to racing here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And hopefully we can get some laps in here and have a good show here for NOFSRL Select. Number 27 on the outside there, Jonathan Logan. Let's see what he can do on that outside lane. I haven't really had enough of a race to really tell how well the outside lane is going to work, how well these guys are going to work. But on that initial start, those guys worked the inside very well. And we're going to have to see how well it all goes down for these guys on this restart. Back to racing, and Crampton with a great run at the start. Parrish on the inside of Jonathan Logan as they go through the gears, entering turn number 1. Hoping for a much cleaner restart here this time around. You see the number 9 machine of Jace Parrish going to second. Logan's going to look to the inside. Parrish now with a run on the outside of the 74 machine. Mitch Hobbs on the outside back in here. Edwin Mendez currently in the 5th position. Logan to the inside for second on Jace Parrish. And it looks like the 27 will take it away, but Crampton continuing the lead in the number 74. First lap under green completed, almost 3 wide. Got Edwin Mendez almost looking to the inside of Jonathan Logan there for the 2nd position. He did not go for it at that moment. And Mitch Hobbs now closing in on the inside of Jace Parrish as he falls back on that outside lane. Back in here, you got Alex Bonsinor and Marty Zakela side by side. That is for the 6th position. And you have the 55 of Stephen Broy there, right behind him. And then side by side back in here between the 54 of Grayson Trexler and Ethan Lewis. Tristan Allen at the back of the field. But Jonathan Logan continuing to try to find a way around that 74 of Travis Crampton. Mendez working the inside on Jace Parrish. Number 9 continuing to stick with these guys, doing a great job in that outside lane ahead of Mendez and Mitch Hobbs. Jonathan Logan trying to get a run at the inside of Travis Crampton. It's a very difficult racetrack, especially when you're going wide open, to make a pass for the race lead. And these guys staying single file right now for the top few positions. Crampton doing a good job right now. As the number 4 of Mendez has a run to the inside of Jonathan Logan for second. And with these guys going all out on the racetrack, they stick right with each other, and we have one big pack around this Charlotte Motor Speedway. Mitch Hobbs now for 4th on Jace Parrish. Here comes Bonsinor for 5th, and Mendez gets a little loose there, trying to get around Jonathan Logan. It's really close right there between those two drivers. Logan now getting a run on the outside lane of Travis Crampton, but he's going to slip back just a little bit there as Mitch Hobbs hangs behind him there in the 4th position. Here comes Bonsinor in the 25 as Parrish falls back. Stephen Broy looking to the inside of the number 9 now. But Logan and Mitch Hobbs trying to work something on the outside lane here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. They're doing a decent job right now, trying to get some of the work up top. And around goes Logan! It didn't work out too well for him. Logan's going to save it, but Bonsinor goes around in the 25. The green flag remains out here at Charlotte. It was not enough to warrant a yellow. We'll have to see if either of the admins decide to call a caution or not. It does actually appear that Bonsinor was 2 laps down. He was on the pit lane for an extended period of time, and you see him there on the leaderboard. He is, in fact, 2 laps down. Tough break there for Alex Bonsinor. Like I said, I'm still getting used to iRacing, still trying to figure everything out. Like I mentioned, it's more of a test run here tonight, but that definitely shook the field up, and as no caution came out for that incident, field has spread out. Mendez in 5th, Jonathan Logan now in 6th, Marty Zakela, Ethan Lewis back in there, Grayson Trexler behind these guys, and Tristan Allen has essentially lost the draft at this point. And Bonsinor, a bad night gone worse for him, and the number 25 was already 2 laps down. He's fallen off the pace even more. Back up front, Jace Parrish just really helped him out there. He's going to move to the inside of Mitch Hobbs for the 2nd position as Crampton continues to dominate this race in number 74. Parrish trying to find a way around Mitch Hobbs so he can have a shot on Crampton for this race lead. And you got Stephen Broy back in there, looking to strike in case something happens with our race leaders. Hobbs on the outside lane, trying to get something to stick up top as Crampton continues to set the pace for this field. 39 laps to go, 38 to go at the line. 12 laps into NOFSRL Select here from Charlotte, and Parrish is all over the back bumper of the number 74. We might see a bump and run here today. It's very possible that could happen. But a great run for these guys so far. Stephen Broy has rejoined this pack, and we got 4 cars under a blanket for the race lead. Broy into the back bumper of Parrish there for second or third. Still have Mitch Hobbs working that outside lane. Parrish moving up the racetrack. This is definitely going to get interesting here. Stephen Broy there on the inside lane. It looks like Crampton might have had an issue there in the 74 machine. I know he lagged out there for a little bit, but I saw some smoke there out of the 74. I'm not sure if he's got an issue or not. And around the race leader!
Caution, yellow flag.
And the yellow will fly for the second time tonight, and a huge wreck in turn number 1. Crampton got spun around by Jace Parrish as he tried to get a run on the outside. My goodness. Been a wild night already here in NOFSRL Select, and the new race leader, I do believe, is going to be Stephen Broy in the 55. And Jace Parrish upside down in the 9 machine. That's a tough break for him. Mitch Hobbs also got damage in that too. And then Travis Crampton, who was the dominant guy of this race, with heavy damage in the 74. Parrish is still upside down there through the turn. Stephen Broy, the race leader, in the 55. And then number 4 there of Edwin Mendez running second. Let's go ahead and see what happened to bring out the caution. Definitely a very interesting situation there. We'll have to see how it all went down, but such a tough break there for who was the race leader, Travis Crampton, and even Jace Parrish and Mitch Hobbs, all of those drivers with damage from that accident. And it was definitely a wild one there as they entered turn number 1. See number 74, Travis Crampton. Moving up just a little bit there on the number 9 of Jace Parrish. And it's a tough break there. I don't know if Crampton was trying to block the run or not, but he, along with Mitch Hobbs, getting caught up in this one in the 9. Flying through the air. A wild ride there for the number 9 of Jace Parrish, and have to use a reset after that one. Mitch Hobbs and Travis Crampton, all 3 of those guys could have been some of the strongest guys in this race, all getting caught up with heavy damage after this first accident, or should I say second accident of the night here at Charlotte. A tough break for those guys. That's just the way it rolls sometimes, and like we were saying, you know, it's all for fun here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. It's the first time the NOFSRL has ever done an iRacing event before. And we definitely appreciate you watching here tonight, helping us out. Stephen Broy, the race leader in the number 55 with Edwin Mendez. Jonathan Logan, the number 11 of Ethan Lewis, is 4th. Grayson Trexler, a couple of guys who were actually involved in that first accident, finding their way back through. Marty Zakiela in the 52. He's been kind of midway through the field all night, but he's had a pretty solid one so far. Then you have Crampton, who did not have enough damage to knock himself out of the race, thankfully. He is going to be in the 7th position, and my apologies. I do believe my good friend Nathan Stapleton pointed out that I do not have the right scheme. And unfortunately, I don't have trading paints, and I think I should have learned that before we went on the air, but like I said, first time ever doing iRacing, you're going to make mistakes. That's the way it goes, and this whole event, this whole night, a bit of a test for possible future events here in the NOFSRL for iRacing. You see Jace Parrish there in the number 9 and the 89, and Mitch Hobbs still on the pit lane. I believe Bonsignor might go back on the lead lap here. Possible that they gave him the laps back in the number 25. Lights are still on the pace car. Stephen Broy leading this field, only the 2nd different leader of the race so far here tonight with 34 laps to go in NOFSRL Select. Of course, Travis Crampton led the first about 15 laps of this race before an accident between him and Jace Parrish took him out. And we'll show you that accident one more time, since we have plenty of time to do so as they continue to make pace laps around the racetrack here. And Jace Parrish ended up taking a few hard hits there in the number 9 machine, and did not work out too well. We'll show you the replay here in real time. They were almost 3 wide as the 55 there of Stephen Broy was peeking to the inside. Parrish moved up on the outside there of Travis Crampton. And you're going to see Mitch Hobbs give a boost there to Parrish, and Crampton just moves up on him, and around they all go and upside down with the 9 of Jace Parrish. And then right there, Jonathan Logan smashed right into him as they were trying to slow down and avoid the accident. Unfortunately, a lot of drivers could not do so in that one. It does appear that Parrish has gotten a new race car. Same with Crampton in the 74. I believe he came down to repair damage. Bonsignor there in the 25. You can definitely tell that he's got some damage from that first accident. Actually, it might have been from another accident, because I know he's already used a reset. Got Tristan Allen there to his outside there. Allen's been a little bit quiet, but a good opportunity for him. A good opportunity for a lot of these guys to get back in this race, because a lot of the stronger guys were involved in an accident, like Mitch Hobbs, Jace Parrish, and Travis Crampton. And Hobbs is going to go back around the racetrack and get back on the lead lap, I do believe, in the number 89, so he's got his reset all figured out. But they are coming back to the restart. So Hobbs is going to be a little ways behind. I think the same can be said for Jace Parrish as well. The pace car has pulled off, and we're back to racing here at Charlotte in NOFSRL Select. 33 laps to go for Stephen Broy. And I do believe they're going to add a lap to allow these guys to catch back up. They called the yellow right after that. Jace Parrish there in the 9, and Mitch Hobbs getting back around to rejoin the pack here, so it'll be 31 laps to go once we get back to racing here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Trying to find the pace car and see if they added 2 laps or 1 lap here, but obviously they wanted the number 9 and number 89 to get back around so they can rejoin the race. Uh-oh. That didn't work out well. Mitch Hobbs got in the Jace Parrish there and accidentally sent him around down the backstretch. It's a little too aggressive right there for those guys, unfortunately. With the laps ticking down here tonight, there'll be less time for these guys to make a move for the race lead. We've already seen how difficult it is to make a move for the race lead here in this one. We saw Crampton lead the first 15 laps of this event, and the only pass for the race lead has happened because the race leader wrecked. Now, next restart's definitely going to be interesting. You got Stephen Roy continuing the lead, and Edwin Mendez, haven't really seen him up front that much here tonight. He could have a good shot at possibly getting around that 55. Jonathan Logan's also a strong driver. He's actually going to come down. Nope. Going to fake him out right there. Ethan Lewis is up here. He's been in the back a lot here tonight in the number 11 machine. But he's going to have a good shot at possibly stealing this race victory away. Number 54 machine there of Grayson Trexler also got caught up in that first wreck that we had on the first lap of the event. But he's back inside the top 5 right now. Marty Zakiela in the 6th position. Alex Bonsignor is in 7th. Tristan Allen is in the 8th position. Then Travis Crampton, Mitch Hobbs, and Jace Parrish. I do believe Parrish is 2 laps down at this point as Mitch Hobbs is back on the pit lane. I believe he garnered some damage there from that accident. Tough break for him. Been a wild night, and like I said, obviously inexperience is showing, I think, in me more than anybody. But like I said, I've never, ever done an iRacing event before. And hey, you know, trying it out, seeing what it's like, you know, hopefully you guys are enjoying the broadcast nonetheless. I know it's been a little bit of a mess, but hey, we're all here having fun. Obviously, such an awesome race earlier today in the NASCAR Xfinity Series. Nobody else in that field deserved that win more than Chase Briscoe earlier today, and definitely a great moment over there. Great to see NASCAR back, even though the fans aren't in the stands. They're in the stands at heart, watching on the TV screens, and trust me, all the Darlington races we've had in real life have been excellent. I don't know if we're going to match that here tonight with this iRacing race at Charlotte. Who knows? It could get really interesting near the end. All these guys still in contention, of course, with iRacing resets and everything. All these guys are still going to have a shot. It's going to be interesting to see how it's all going to go down here. We under 30 laps to go when we get back to racing. The lights are still out on the pace car, and this is an extended caution because they wanted to get Mitch Hobbs and Jace Parrish, who were involved in that accident that brought out the second caution, to get back around. And still under yellow here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Stephen Broy in the lead, number 55. Then you got Edwin Mendez, Jonathan Logan, Ethan Lewis, Grayson Trexler, Marty Zacchiella, Alex Bonsignor, Tristan Allen, and the 74 of TJ Crampton, who was the dominant guy early on in the race. And his sponsor on his car is Big O Tires. And like I mentioned earlier, unfortunately, I don't have trading paints yet. I'm an idiot. I'm still figuring all this out. And I didn't get his right scheme, and I really feel bad for him because he did a lot of work trying to paint it. But Big O Tires is Travis Crampton's sponsor. Got to give a shout out to them for sponsoring Travis in this event. Number 89 there of Mitch Hobbs, who was involved in the accident, and Jace Parrish in the 9. Everyone's going to get back on the lead lap here, as we are just having a fun race here for NOFSRL Select. And this will be interesting. Everyone's going to have an equal race car again, maybe with the exception of Bonsignor, because you see the damage to his machine. But all these guys can get back up in line here, and I think we're going to have ourselves a good race to the end here for NOFSRL Select. So hope you guys have enjoyed this event so far tonight. Been a little bit rough. But hey, you know what? Like I said, first time doing iRacing. You can only go up from here, and trying things out, having some fun here on this Thursday evening. If you want better broadcasts from me, Indy 250 week, still underway. Coke 600 in the Chick-fil-A Cup Series tomorrow night. Indy 250 on Sunday. I think I did a little bit better in those events, because I know my way around Inter 2003. But hey, if I do this for 5 years, I'll know my way around iRacing as well. Still getting started. Still a great race to be had so far. Not even halfway through NOFSRL Select, the first ever NOFSRL iRacing event. 11 drivers in the field. They're all still in this race. All still with a shot going to victory lane in the first ever iRacing event. It's not for points. There's no cash prize. It's just all for glory. And Stephen Broy in the number 55 leads this field here tonight. And we'll take a look here. His fastest lap at a 36.292. Compare some of these fastest lap by some of these guys. 36.609, 612, 295 by Ethan Lewis. A fast time for him right there. A 315, a 390, 662, 565, 593. They've been all over the board here tonight. Some of the dominant guys have actually had some of the slower times, interestingly enough. So we'll have to see if those guys who were dominant early on can move their way to the field here. Finally ready to get back to racing. Pace car is in. Stephen Broy, Edwin Mendez, back to racing in NOFSRL Select. 55, Stephen Broy with a great jump on the restart. Here comes Jonathan Logan to the inside, and we already got some 3-wide action. That's Crampton. And we know that Crampton is really fast. Tristan Allen also moving his way through the field, back in the field. Stephen Broy has checked out in the number 55 machine. But here comes Jonathan Logan and Grayson Trexler. They're coming in fast on that 55 machine. And they're definitely going to go out for it here at Charlotte. You see the whole pack coming off of turn number 4. Everybody still in check as Broy leads this lap, but for the race lead, here comes Jonathan Logan in the 27. He's going to get to the inside. Broy's going to move up, and Jonathan Logan to the race lead eventually, I would believe. He's got the help on the inside. The outside lane has not been as strong as the inside here tonight. A little bit of contact between Mendez and Lewis back in there. Stephen Broy, though, is going to try to work that outside lane. Grayson Trexler here as well in the 54, and look at that move out of Travis Crampton. He is slicing his way through this field so well, already battling for third. To the inside of Stephen Broy. Crampton, I believe, is an A-class driver on iRacing. No question about it. He is one of the best drivers out here. And he's showing that right now, but will he be able to get around Logan and Trexler ahead of him? Jonathan Logan leading this race here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Next time by will be halfway through NOFSRL Select. It's been a nice one so far. Once we've been going green flag racing, it's been very entertaining up front. Tristan Allen back in there. Same with Marty Zakela and Alex Bonsignor. Jace Parrish and Mitch Hobbs also in the back of the field, too. Allen on Ethan Lewis back in there. And they're stacking up for this race lead here. That outside lane starting to form up just a little bit. Stephen Broy in the 55 with help from Travis Crampton on the outside lane. Trexler moving up to slightly on the 55 machine. But we got a good battle up front between Logan and Broy. They're side by side for the race lead halfway through NOFSRL Select. Good stuff up front here. Oh, Trexler wash it up the racetrack just a little bit there. Almost got him to Stephen Broy. They keep it together. Watch out for Tristan Allen. He's up here into the 6th position right now. Great run for driver number 20 so far. He was involved in that first accident, went flipping upside down, but now he's back in this thing. Stephen Broy with a great move on that outside lane. And I think this is a lot of what NASCAR was trying to get when they introduced the package last year. Was this kind of pack racing where the two lines stay equal. Crampton bumping in the Broy there on that top lane. It is really tight up there, but Crampton, he wants a move around to the outside for the race lead, and Stephen Broy might just have the faster race car on Jonathan Logan. Of course, there's a fixed setup here tonight. All these guys have equal race cars. But these guys definitely doing a great job here, keeping it side by side. Logan continuing to hold the inside lane as they continue to jam it up front. A lot of the guys in the back starting to move their way towards the front here and be a lot closer to the race leaders. You got Bonsignor in the middle of all this. Ethan Lewis, Mitch Hobbs. This is some good stuff here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Oh boy. Logan really getting in deep there into turn 1, or should I say turn 3. Stephen Broy there, right behind him, and yellow is out back in there. Marty Zakela, Mitch Hobbs, Tristan Allen, and Alex Bonsignor, and at some point, something had to burst. And that's exactly what happened with those guys. Marty Zakela going around there in the 52. It's the first time he's been involved in something today. The 89 machine as well caught up of Mitch Hobbs. That's his 2nd wreck of the night. Jace Parrish again, tough break for him. We're getting good up there, but I think Jonathan Logan is pretty happy that that caution came out. And I think Jonathan Logan's another guy who had a paint on trading paints that unfortunately I don't have yet. I'm still figuring out iRacing. But still, some great stuff there during that green flag run. Let's see what happened to bring out this caution. Past halfway in NOFSRL Select. It's been an interesting one so far for these guys, but they have put on a good show here for the first ever NOFSRL iRacing event. So Mendez going to fake it out down the pit lane. I think these guys are good to go on fuel and tires the whole way through. So with that in mind, we're going to go ahead and replay this accident here. Brought out the 3rd caution of the race, and we didn't get a good angle at it. But we're definitely going to have to see how it all goes down. I know we saw Marty Zakela get involved. Saw other drivers get involved as well, like Alex Bonsignor. I think Ethan Lewis might have also gotten caught up in that one too. Let's see exactly what happened. I'm still learning the replay controls as well, so if you're wondering why you're getting the screen for a little while here, it's because I'm trying to get to it. Let's see what happened here. Oh, Bonsignor had a run on Mendez. Oh, he might have lagged out, but he moved up there on Tristan Allen just a little bit, and Allen went around. Mitch Hobbs behind this whole thing. That might have been why we were seeing all that tire smoke at the front of the field. Jace Parrish has nowhere to go, and Marty Zakela, who was at the back of the field for this one, just had nowhere to go. Got caught up in it by accident. Right into Jace Parrish there, nowhere he can go. Same with Bonsignor and Mitch Hobbs. Bonsignor just slid up into Tristan Allen, lost the inside, and unfortunately sent him around. I think Tristan, I'm trying to find where Tristan Allen is in the number 20. He Yeah, he did get sent around there. Tough break for him. Replay this in real time, get a better idea at specifically what happened. We'll follow with Tristan Allen here and see how it all looks. But you see right there, lag could have been a bit of an issue for those guys, which might be a reason why this happened. You see him lag out there on the replay just a little bit. And then Marty Zakela coming back up the racetrack. Actually got into Jace Parrish again and almost sent it around in the 52. Well, that was some good stuff before the accident. Great racing from Jonathan Logan, Stephen Broy. They were side by side a majority of that run. Number 74 of Travis Crampton doing a great job. I'd love to see him win because I got the wrong scheme for him. It's all my fault. I'm sorry, guys. Huge apologies to Travis. Still learning this whole thing out, but Travis definitely seems to be one of the stronger guys in this race. Then you got Ethan Lewis, who's been rather quiet right there in the 4th position. Tristan Allen, after all of that, is actually 5th. I don't think he ended up hitting anything, so he should be good to go. Mitch Hobbs actually is 6th now, and then Grayson Trexler is actually behind Marty Zakela at the moment. Then you see the number 9 of Jace Parrish there in the 9th position, Edwin Mendez. And Alex Bollinger had to go off of a reset. Of course, Bollinger is the admin for this race, which might be why he's on the pit lane for extended periods of time. So, huge thanks to Alex once again for putting this whole thing on, and Marty for going along with it. Hope you guys are enjoying the broadcast. Definitely a very interesting race so far, and we definitely appreciate you tuning in here for our first spin at iRacing here in the NOFSRL. Now, it's interesting, the NOFSRL stands for the National Offline Fantasy Sim Racing League, but tonight that is not the case. It's online tonight, so tonight it's the National Online Fantasy Sim Racing League. But we got a lot of big things planned for this league coming up in the future, and a lot of those plans do involve iRacing, and we'll have to see how it all goes down here. I think we've had a great event so far here tonight, all things considered, and we're still not done with this one. 19 laps to go. I'm definitely going to be intrigued to see what a few of these guys have to say at the end of this race. It's going to be interesting to see how they feel after this one. So Jonathan Logan, the race leader here from Charlotte. Definitely a great run for him so far. He's going to have Stephen Roy on his outside again, and before that caution came out, they were going after it side by side for an extended period of time. And here they come. It's going to be 18 laps to go here in NOFSRL Select from Charlotte. Green back in the air, and a great jump for Travis Crampton. He may make it 3 wide. He will not. Think better of it there. Crampton's a great driver, knows better than to make that kind of move this early on. 74 there on the inside. Stephen Broy trying to work the outside lane, but this time he does not have Crampton behind him to help him. Tristan Allen also moving up in the 20. He's into the 4th position right now. Logan continuing to lead this race in the number 27. Crampton's all over his back bumper, though. This could get really interesting. I think these might be 2 of the fastest cars in this race. Crampton's had a great night so far. Even though he was involved in that one accident, he has rebounded tremendously. They're jamming up there on the inside. Stephen Broy with another run on the outside lane. Here comes Crampton looking to the inside. He doesn't have the run on Logan quite yet. And Allen continuing the battle right there with Stephen Broy for 3rd. Ethan Lewis, Grayson Trexler behind this. And then a considerable ways back between Mitch Hobbs and Jace Parrish. And you got Edwin Mendez and Marty Zakela at the back of the field. And I believe Bonsignor might be out of this race in the 25. Tough break for him. They're still side by side. Stephen Broy really working that outside lane well. A little bit of lag there through a couple of guys, and that could be an issue. Broy really working the outside lane in that 55 machine. He has figured something out up there. Great run there for Stephen Broy, trying to hang with the race leaders with no help. Of course, when you go wide open around this place in these street stocks, you can take any run you can get, and if you have any help behind you, that's definitely going to help you out. 16 to go here at Charlotte. And Jonathan Logan pacing the field at the moment. Travis Crampton has been behind him this whole time since the drop of the green flag for our last restart. And we'll have to see if he finds a way around him before the end of the race. He might have a run right here. And he does for the race lead. Travis Crampton gonna drive right by Jonathan Logan and take the top position away. And that's going to send Stephen Broy a little bit farther back, almost 4 wide down the backstretch. They are 3 wide. Here comes Tristan Allen to the inside for second on Logan and Broy. And they're coming really close right there, but Logan will get the run on the outside and stay in the second position. And Logan's now all over the back bumper of Travis Crampton. You guys putting on such a great show here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Stephen Broy there on the outside lane, trying to hang tough. He's been doing a great job of it all night long. And that 55 is continuing to work it. He's now side by side with Travis Crampton for the race lead, and he now has Grayson Trexler helping him behind him. Oh, Logan moved up just a little bit. A little bit of contact. Stephen Broy almost in the outside wall. He's going to fall way back as they really got squirrely there through the corner. Oh boy, Stephen's not going to be too happy about that one, I don't think. Now Grayson Trexler up to the 3rd position in the number 54. Jonathan Logan is now the stalker on Travis Crampton. Crampton moving back to the race lead. He was involved in an accident earlier on in the race and has clawed his way from the back to the front here tonight. He's done such a great job so far in this one. But Jonathan Logan to do all he can to find a way around the 74. You also got Grayson Trexler looking to strike. We really haven't seen much of Trexler in this race. We'll have to see what he can do with these race leaders now single file to the majority of the field. Tristan Allen in 4th, Ethan Lewis in 5th, and Stephen Broy continues the fullback. Here comes Jace Parrish. He's trying to work his way back on the inside. Same with Mitch Hobbs in the 89. And Broy does not have any help on that outside lane right now. Watch out for Edwin Mendez as well. He might close back in on these guys for the top position. A great race for these guys so far here at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Apologize if the encoding is overloading on the stream. I think it's still watchable, but I've been trying to figure that out, and I really don't know what's going on. I mean, I have a gaming computer. It should be working a little bit better than that. These guys have been working it pretty well as of late. Try not to jinx it here. Oh, never mind. I did just jinx it. Stephen Broy in the 55. Yellow is not out. I don't know if he's going to stop in the racetrack, try to trigger the caution or not, but he went around, and a lot of damage on Broy's machine. Such a tough break for him. He was one of those guys running up front. I don't know if the caution will come out or not. It will not. Green remains in the air. We'll review that once we get a chance. I said that at the perfect time, didn't I? 74, Jonathan Lowe, or should I say Travis Crampton, being stalked right now by Jonathan Logan. Now Grayson Trexler on the outside lane, trying to get a run. Tristan Allen's up there as well, and Ethan Lewis trying to work the outside lane in the back. Trexler has a run on Logan. Gonna work the outside lane. Watch out for Jace Parrish in the number 9 as well. He's coming on the inside lane with Mitch Hobbs. Getting a little squirrely back in here. Tristan Allen lost a little bit of ground there in the number 20. And Logan has been all over the back bumper the past few laps here. Waiting for Crampton to possibly make a mistake. Here comes Trexler trying to work the inside on Logan. Mitch Hobbs almost got to the inside of Parrish right there. It's definitely getting interesting up front. 9 laps to go in NOFSRL Select from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Wondering if Logan's just waiting to make his move. They are really bumping off each other there. Trexler with a huge push on Logan. He's going to move him out of the way. That 54 was faster and to the inside for second. Will Trexler have anything for Travis Crampton? Logan really cut it close there with Jace Parrish there for the 3rd position. He will clear the 9 for now. But it's getting intense up front. Logan on the apron. And I believe we just had a wreck. He's lagging out a little bit there. The yellow will fly once again. Tough break that it lagged out for us there, and unfortunately we really didn't get a good view of what happened, but Crampton's going to be the new race leader, and Logan was really going for it right there. Unfortunately, couldn't hold on. Well, we'll have to see how this all goes down for these final few laps. Travis Crampton leading the field in the number 74. Grayson Trexler and Jace Parrish second and third. Then you have Mitch Hobbs now in fourth, and Ethan Lewis rounding out the top 5. Let's go ahead and see what happened. If we can. Jonathan Logan in the number 27 getting spun around here. I think he tried to make a move to the inside of Grayson Trexler entering the corner. You'll see it right here. Move down low on him. And then Jace Parrish is there. Gave the 27 a bump. And Logan said nowhere to go, and then he lagged out. Thankfully for Parrish and Allen, I don't think they got caught up in this one too bad, but you see right there, Jonathan Logan getting sent into the air. A wild ride there for the driver of the number 27 who was leading this race. Crampton took the lead away from him, and then Grayson Trexler came for second. He tried to get back around for a second, but unfortunately just got a little too close to him, and around he went. We'll replay it in real time. And it's a little difficult to play it in real time as he lagged out right when the accident happened. Tough break there. But a tough break for a lot of guys in this race. And Stephen Broy, remember, he had an issue. Let's go ahead and see what happened to him, because he had actually lost the race lead. Or should I say lost the pack. Got involved in an accident, but when the accident occurred, it did not bring out a caution. And the reason why... Jace Parrish got into him just a little bit and got sent to the outside wall, but he kept it straight, so no need for a yellow in the situation. What a wild one here tonight at the Charlotte Motor Speedway. But they have put on a very entertaining show, I'll tell you that much. And even though the broadcast could be 10 times better, we're glad you're here, helping us out for our first ever iRacing event. I gotta figure out my computer and the overcoding here. I'm gonna see if I can fix it. Maybe I can't. I don't know. Menu's not even popping up. Oh, there it is. And that might be why it's not working. I think I know what the problem was. It was encoding on the wrong thing. Hey, at least I figured it out. 5 laps left to go in the race. This is going to be interesting. Only a few laps left, and I was looking at Grayson Trexler there as possibly being one of these guys to have a shot at winning this race. Because he was very aggressive there before that caution came out, and he might have something for Travis Crampton. Jace Parrish there in the 3rd position. Number 89, Mitch Hobbs. Then the 11 of Ethan Lewis rounds out the top 5. Take a look at a race summary here. 45 laps done. Been 3 lead changes. We've had 5 cautions, but technically been 4 because we had a reset there to allow a couple drivers to get back onto the racing, or back with the rest of the pack, I should say.
Hang on, we're not going green. Not going green.
And you hear that, they are going to add another lap to allow, I believe, Jonathan Logan to come back around. So... we're going to have 3 laps to go in the restart, and there are green, white, checker finishes, if needed. So we'll have to see if they are needed. It'll be interesting. Top 5 right now. You see Crampton, Trexler, Parrish, Hobbs, and Lewis. It'll definitely be interesting to see how it all goes down here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. It's been a little bit of a rough night for me on the broadcasting side. I will admit that. OBS not cooperating the best for me. But I'm open to any suggestions. If you feel like I'm doing something wrong, please let me know. It's my first ever iRacing broadcast, and I definitely would love to get into this, if at all possible. Definitely a great outlet. I love commentating. I love calling races, and my major is business management and not broadcasting, and I feel like that might be one of the biggest mistakes in my life. But hey, blessed to have the opportunity to be calling these races here for you guys on NAPAFan and in the NOFSRL, and even for Flat Out Racing. For those guys over there, I called an NO race for them on Monday, and you'll hear my voice over there throughout the summer. But we're going to have ourselves, actually 2 laps to go, excuse me, when we get back to racing here. And Crampton continuing to lead this race. But now you're going to have Grayson Trexler on his outside. That's going to make things really interesting for this restart. And the lights should be out, and they are, so 10 guys still on the lead lap. Bonxignor is officially out of the race. Tough break for the admin of the race, but I guess he couldn't admin and race at the same time, so this is going to get interesting. Definitely looking forward to see how it all goes down, because Grayson Trexler is going to be on that outside lane. We saw what Stephen Roy did before the caution came out, before he actually got sent into the wall there. He worked that outside lane very well on Crampton, and I wouldn't just give it to Crampton quite yet. I mean, look at a couple of guys back in here we really haven't seen too much of in this race. Number 11 of Ethan Lewis, who actually kind of has been in the back of the pack a lot tonight, and Marty Zakela in the 52, he's been in the back pretty much this whole night, but a huge opportunity for him there. He's going to be restarting in the 6th position. Chisholm Allen will be 8th. Stephen Roy will be on the inside, restarting 7th, and Edwin Mendez, Jonathan Logan, who was involved in an accident with a new race car, in 10th, and that's it. We only had 11 starters. Bonxignor out of the race, only 10 guys left. Here we go. Let's see how it all goes down from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Travis Crampton may not have his right paint scheme because I'm an idiot, but he may get a race victory in the first ever NOFSRL iRacing event. 2 laps to go. Let's see how it all goes down from Charlotte. This is going to be a tight one here. I think Trexler got a good jump there on the 74, and Parrish fell back off of Crampton there. He really fell back off of Crampton. Parrish might have an issue in the number 9 machine. He's falling way back. You got Zakela and Hobbs trying to work back in there. But for the race lead, side by side, Trexler working the outside lane. Here you go side by side in the corner. Next time by, white flag, and NOFSRL select from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Don't even know the league name anymore. What am I doing? Here we go. White flag in the air. Trexler trying to work the outside. Crampton will lead it with 1 lap to go, but Trexler trying to work the outside lane on the dominant car of the night. It looks like it's going to be a battle between these 2 drivers for the race victory, only unless they wreck. If they wreck, Chase Parrish is there right behind those guys, and the 89 of Mitch Hobbs as well, but they're still side by side for the race lead. Who's going to get the advantage? Who's going to get the race victory? Coming to the checkered flag in NOFSRL Select, Grayson Trexler, Travis Crampton. Trexler really forcing Crampton down. Here we come to the line. It's gonna be close. It's gonna be Travis Crampton in the number 74. The winner of the first ever NOFSRL iRacing event, Travis Crampton, wins NOFSRL Select from Charlotte. That was a close one. Such a great battle between Crampton and Trexler for the race victory. But I don't think anyone was going to get to Crampton here tonight. Solid performance out of the 74. Big O Tires is a sponsor. I know that's not on his car, and I'm sorry. But he's had a great night here. And Travis Crampton is going to burn it down here. Started on the pole. He got involved in a wreck. But he's going to be able to pull it off here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. Get the win in NOFSRL Select. Great run there for Crampton. And he's going to burn it down here from Charlotte. First ever winner in NOFSRL iRacing competition. It's Travis Crampton in the number 74. They put on a show tonight, I'll tell you that much. Give them a lot of credit for that. Take a look at the official results of the race. In Crampton, by 14 one-thousandths of a second at the line, beats out Grayson Trexler. Jace Parrish in third. Jonathan Logan finished fourth. Mitch Hobbs, Edwin Mendez, Stephen Broy, Ethan Lewis, Marty Zakiela, and Tristan Allen. And then Alex Bonsignor and myself failed to finish, but I wasn't racing, so can't do much about that. Let's go ahead and replay that finish one last time. Definitely a great finish here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway, and we'll get Travis in here and interview him. Sure, he's happy about this one. Definitely a wild night for him. Wild night for all these guys here. But here we go. Just look at how close this finish won. Trexler had a shot, but couldn't quite get to it. And you're going to see right here at the stripe, by a nose, Travis Crampton wins NOFSRL Select. What a great way to start off racing in this league. Crampton did a great job, and congratulations to Travis for getting the race victory. He is your winner here tonight from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And we'll get him in here. We'll interview the top three. Might even interview more. I'm speechless after that race. That was something else there out of those guys. But we'll move Travis in here, interview him here for the race, and let's see what his thoughts are. Travis Crampton, the race winner here in NOFSRL Select. How about that race, man? That was such a good one there. And you just barely beat out Trexler at the line, but what was your whole thought process in that race here tonight?
I mean, what a finish, to be honest. That was really fun. One of the most fun races I've been in for a long time, and I give Grayson Trexler a good job. Racing it clean. Good drag race to the finish line, and thanks for Alex for putting on this race and you broadcasting. Like I said earlier, I thought my race was going to be over when the 9 car hit my rear tire and I almost flipped, but luckily I had fast repair and didn't get anything involved in anything after that.
Yeah, still, you managed to work your way back through the field, and I knew you had a strong car when you did that as well. But how about that finish on Trexler? Edged him out by 14 one-thousandths of a second. Congratulations, you're the first ever NOFSRL iRacing winner. Pretty huge honor right there, and congratulations on the race victory.
Thank you. It's been a blast.
That's Travis Crampton, the race winner. We'll get Grayson Trexler in here, who barely lost that race. And Grayson, it's your first taste of the NOFSRL. Now, of course, it's our first iRacing race, but you put on such a good show there with TJ Crampton. Did you think you might have him on the outside lane, or did you think Crampton was going to have it the whole way through?
I thought he was going to have it, but I knew I could make it close. It's not easy to win on the outside, especially when you don't have any drafting help. Me and Crampton, we just got such a good start that everybody was so far behind that it just kind of came down to who was on the bottom. It's
still a great run for you in this race, and kind of hung in the back early on in this one, but you moved your way up front, and in the end, you were in contention for the race victory. It's a very strong race from start to finish, but overall, it was a pretty crazy night. What were your whole thoughts on all that went down here tonight?
I mean, I originally started off thinking, if I'm out towards the front, I won't be in the wreck, and I got in the first wreck and had to use my quick repair. So after that, I said I'm going to sit in the back, and when I feel like the time's right, I'm going to try to make a charge to the front.
Well, congratulations on the second place finish. Hope to see you in more NOFSRL iRacing events here in the future. But thank you so much for joining us. We had a blast calling this one, and great to see you racing here with NOFSRL Select.
Thank you.
And we'll get ourselves the third place finisher, Jace Parrish, in here. He had a wild night as well, and Jace, it was all over the place for you. Managed to get a third place finish, but what exactly went down when you got him to Crampton there midway through the race? I mean, I saw him move up a little bit. Was it just a racing incident?
You know, the way that I saw it, he had blinked a couple of times, and when he blinked, I, kind of let off, letting him get his line. And the last pit I saw, he was sideways. So I just kind of tried to hold it wide open and see what happened. And fortunately, I got through it. But, I hate it for everybody behind me. But, sometimes stuff like that happens.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, you both managed to finish inside the top 3, so in the end, it didn't really hurt either of you guys too much. But Crampton and Trexler had a great finish. What was your perspective on that finish from where you were in third?
I thought I had, held my line a little bit, but, coming to the checkers, you're going to do anything you can to get a top 3. So, I just held my line there, tried to keep it on the bottom as much as I could while, at least trying to take a little bit of his momentum away. And I think I did a good job of it. Some people can look at it and say I didn't, but I think I did, and we got a top 3 finish out of it.
Yeah, well, congratulations. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight for the first ever NOFSRL iRacing event, and we hope to see you in more NOFSRL iRacing events in the future. But great job tonight, and have a great rest of the night.
Yeah, buddy, absolutely. Thank you so much, and, thanks to Alex and everybody else who put this deal on. It's pretty fun, so I appreciate it.
You're very welcome. And speaking of Alex, we'll probably get him in here in a moment if he's on. I don't think he's even on. Man, I gotta love my man Alex, I mean, he just doesn't know how to Discord anymore. He's not even in here. But we'll see if anyone else wants to give their thoughts on the race. But still a great one here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway for the first ever NOFSRL iRacing event. And TJ Crampton, Travis Crampton, with the race victory by 14 one-thousandths of a second. And we'll get the 4th place finisher in here. Jonathan Logan in the number 27. You had a wild night. You led there a little bit, but near the end you got caught up with Grayson Trexler, but you managed to finish 4th at the end. Great run for you, but what were your thoughts on that whole event here tonight at Charlotte?
Yeah, not the finish we wanted. Not the finish we wanted at all. Great racing by everybody around there. The little stint we had up front was pretty fun. Had fun racing with that 55, but as soon as the race winds down and more people get more aggressive, it tempers start to flare even more. And kind of mad currently at the number 9, but I'm not going to bring that into an interview.
Well, either way, a great run for you there near the end, and finished in the 4th position. It was all over the place tonight, but still a great run, and glad to see you racing here. Thank you so much for joining us here tonight for NOFSRL Select.
Yeah, no problem. I look forward to the next.
Mm-hmm. We'll have to see when it is. We're in planning for it, and we're definitely looking forward to see what comes next year for NOFSRL iRacing. But thank you so much. Congratulations on the 4th place run, and hope to see you soon.
Yeah, you too.
And we'll get Mr. NOFSRL himself in here. Mr. Marty Zakiela. Marty! What's going on in that race, man?
Okay, let me tell you. By the way, first off, I want to ask you. Did you enter the MRN car that you saw?
I'm having a little bit of a hard time hearing you. Your mic's a little fuzzy. You're probably not using your blue snowball right now.
Yeah, I'm using my webcam. How about now?
A little bit better.
Okay. So anyway, first off, I want to ask you, did you see an MRN radio car on the track?
Yes, I did.
Okay, you need to get trading paints then, because I had an unbelievable...
Yes, I know. I'm already aware of that. Okay, I
anyway,
messed that up. First race, all right? Give me some slack.
Yeah. But anyway, I'm going to admit, I did not have the best car out there today, the 52 Fiasco Friesen. I did not have the best, I don't want to best throughout after dark street stock. I had my family at home. But to be in a battle for 3rd, or for 4th at the, for 3rd I should say, was great. Pretty much the storyline was patient, so I just hung out in the back, missed the wrecks, and it's a tough break. We got caught up in that last lap accident there in turns 3 and 4 with the 9 and the 89, but it's racing. I completely understand you going for that spot.
Well, either way, it was a great run for you here tonight from the Charlotte Motor Speedway, and I mean, everyone finished top 10 essentially, so of course, but obviously, thank you for joining us for this race. What did you think of the first NOFSRL iRacing race? Do you think it was a success?
I would probably say it was a success, just to maybe a few tweaks for the prelude to 2. I forgot what the next one's going to be called on iRacing, but I thought it was success. Good racing though, hard racing as well. Yeah, looking forward to the next one. It'll be interesting though.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Marty. And I know we'll definitely see you for future NOFSRL iRacing events. So, congratulations on the good run, and thanks for joining us.
Thanks, see you guys.
All right. I don't know if we got anybody else or not, so we'll bring Alex in here. And he was the one who put this whole thing on, and we definitely want to give him some broadcast time here with NOFSRL Select. Alex, great job, man. You put on a great show. I know you finished in last, but I hope you had fun calling this whole thing. But how was it out there for you on the racetrack?
Honestly, it wasn't that bad. You know, we did a really good job out there today. I can tell you right now, you know, it was definitely fun to be out there. It sucks we got last. We tried our best, and I know it sucked, but, you know, congratulations to Travis on that win. You know, it was an awesome job. He did a great job, and hats off to all my friends also. You know, the way they were racing today was pretty badass, and, you know, I'm happy that they're out here doing this whole thing, and, you know, from there, it's just great. You know, hopefully, you know, when it comes to our race in June, the prelude to the shootout, hopefully everything can go better.
Yeah, hopefully it will, and hopefully we can figure some things out on the broadcast as well. I think by then I'll have trading paints. I feel real stupid about that, but hey, you know what? First one, just gotta go with it. But hey, man, Alex, you know, you mentioned that next race that we got in the Junior Johnson Memorial Shootout, the prelude to the Junior Johnson Memorial Shootout. I'm pretty sure that's going to be at the North Wilkesboro Speedway, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, it is. It's going to be at the North Wilkesboro Speedway, the 1987 edition. The way it's going to be is winner is going to get a cash prize that's going to be determined. Still deciding on that, but also not only will the winner get a cash prize, they will also get an automatic lock-in into the shootout in the division of their choosing.
So we're definitely looking forward to that, and I'm assuming that'll also be broadcast here on NapaFan as well. Hopefully a little bit better quality. We had some encoding issues with OBS today. I don't know what happened with that, but hey, either way, thank you, Alex, for putting this whole thing on, and I think we'll probably end it there. So, Alex, final thoughts on this race? It was your idea all along. Did you think it went well?
I think it went really well. I truly loved how this event went. I had a lot of racing action. You had a little bit of hiccups here and there that we had to try and figure out, but, you know, over time we got a lot better with it and we got used to it. So, you know, the first one was a little bit of a hiccup, but, you know, by the time we get ready for this next year, it's going to be a lot better. And I really enjoyed it tonight, and a lot of people did as well. Not only from the actual like normal NOFSRL side, but a lot of people that weren't in the NOFSRL. And I can tell you right now, a lot of my friends are saying, like, you know, this was a fun race, and they would definitely come back for more.
Sounds good. I'm glad we didn't suck too much. But either way, congratulations, TJ Crampton, your race winner. Thanks once again to Alex for putting this whole thing on here from the Charlotte Motor Speedway NOFSRL Select. And like he mentioned, we're going to have another race, the prelude to the Junior Johnson Memorial Shootout. Of course, that's an 2003 offline race that we do every year here on NapaFan. But this time we're going to add a little spin to it and have an online race on iRacing from the North Wilkesboro Speedway. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching. I know it was a little bit of a rough time on the broadcast, mainly because OBS wasn't cooperating as much as I'd like it to. I have a gaming computer, but apparently that doesn't matter. It might also be because I was recording as well, and I just realized that. So that's probably why it's having trouble. But either way, congratulations to Travis Crampton for winning here tonight from the Charlotte Motor Speedway. And on behalf of Alex Bonsignor and everyone involved here, thank you so much for watching the first ever NOFSRL iRacing event. NOFSRL Select, say it was a pretty good success, and TJ Crampton winning by 14 1/1000ths of a second at the line here at Charlotte. Thank you guys so much for watching, and that's it for me.
That's it for me.
See you guys later.
All right, you did good. I'm out.